You beautiful people out there in the world, I want to talk to some real people. I want to talk to some sincere people. I want to talk to some honest people. I want to talk to you 100 people. And those of you beautiful people who are out there that are, you know, you know, profess to keep it 100, but your mind is 100. I want to talk to you beautiful people too. If beautiful people, if we will be honest if we will be honest and truthful with ourselves, beautiful people, nobody can best or nobody can better tell on you than you, beautiful people, than yourselves, beautiful people. I'm trying to, and I'm going to try to keep it down to a minimum, beautiful people. Keep it before 10 minutes because back in the day on Instagram, it used to be just 60 seconds for me. But I revolutionized it, and Instagram got tired of me compiling videos on Instagram, and they extended it to 10 minutes. I appreciate that, beautiful people. But your beautiful selves may have to extend it to another 15 or 20 minutes because for whatever reason, I've been being long-winded here lately, beautiful people. And as I stated to you, beautiful people, before, my videos here lately have been extended, so go over to YouTube or or Facebook, excuse me, so that you can watch the extended versions, beautiful people, in its longevity, okay? Because I want you beautiful people to hear what have to say because I love you all and I care about how you think and how you feel. But beautiful people, moving right along, a lot of you beautiful people, want to be in healthy relationships, beautiful people. And as you well know, beautiful people, the dating sites are filled with millions of beautiful people who didn't get it right. Beautiful people wanted to control the flow, beautiful people. Didn't want to let the flow go, beautiful people, in the natural essence of its beauty, beautiful people, for which it has a natural, beautiful way of presenting itself. And a lot of you beautiful people are still trying to control the flow. Beautiful people, excuse me, when you meet someone, beautiful people, when you meet someone, you talk to that person or those persons on a level that would state, beautiful people, that in some way or another you are in control and you want to be in control. Beautiful people, a healthy relationship is not going to jumpstart that way. A lot of you beautiful people want to present to someone your education and all of your degrees and so as a result of that fact, that makes me a smart person. But you're on the date side, beautiful people, looking for a relationship. Or you should position yourself to be found, beautiful people. That's what you really should be doing. And not, sharing with someone or telling someone, well, I graduated, with the master's or doctorate, and I'm educated in this and I'm educated in that. And already right there, beautiful people, you're turning a lot of people off. You're turning those persons off right there because they're not trying to get to know your accomplishments, beautiful people. As if you're in some form of control and you want to talk to someone on the same level that you are on. If you want to call that a level, beautiful people, they're not trying to get to know your graduate degrees or what you went to school for, beautiful people, to educate yourself. Once you establish a good, healthy relationship, your education, beautiful people, when it really comes down to it, is not going to be what it takes to keep that relationship going and together. It's going to take love, kind words, and smiles, beautiful people. Excuse me, I'm feeling a little parched. Beautiful people, that's not going to do it. And a lot of us do. A lot of us want to be in control and we want to control the flow of that relationship because we're afraid that What happened before is going to happen all over again in previous relationships. In order to be in a healthy relationship, you've got to be vulnerable. A person should not have to give up themselves and who they are to be loved by you. It's not how it's supposed to be, beautiful people. You're not on a dating site, beautiful people, for people to get to know your accomplishments. Beautiful people. You're on a date site to meet someone that you can fall in love with and get to know as you go. Beautiful people. And the beauty of love, kind words, and smiles. Now, if they happen to ask you questions of such, then you share it with them in the spirit of humility. Beautiful people. And not, when they ask you that question, and not for you to, beautiful people, impose that or present that at the beginning of the conversation or the text, as if to say, if you're not on my level, we can't be together. If you don't have what I have, we can't be together. The relationship or getting to know someone is defeated at that point already. Beautiful people. Because being in a healthy relationship has nothing to do with your accomplishments or what you have. Beautiful people. People in times past, in the days of old, even coming out of slavery, they didn't have nothing. Beautiful people. But they gave everything and all of what they had to be together in a healthy relationship. And that was love, kind words, and smiles. And they've been together ever since. For the past 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, 70 years, they've been together. Beautiful people. Because they weren't throwing their successes and the weight of their accomplishments around at people and before people, as to state or indicate that I'm better than you are, which is why you all can't stay in a healthy relationship. If we would be honest with ourselves, you'll never know what those 20, 30, 40 to 70 years is like. If that's all that a relationship means to you, if that be the case, you stay by yourself. That would be the person that you could deal with by yourself, is you, with your beautiful self. I talk to you the way that I do because I love you. Beautiful people, I don't talk to you the way that I do to hurt you or to condescend you. I talk to you the way that I do because I want you to be better being you. Beautiful people. It's not going to work that way, beautiful people. It's not meant for it to work that way. Those beautiful people, in the moment that they met each other, they knew that they wanted to be with each other. And they knew that they were ready, prepared, and willing to do, whatever it took to be together. And they humbled themselves and they submitted themselves to one another. Beautiful people. And they were able to be, and they were successful in maintaining those relationships and had 10, 20, 25, and 30 kids. This generation barely struggling to raise 2, 3, or 5. Not to mention 7. Beautiful people, because nobody wants to submit themselves and admit when they're right or when they're wrong and take responsibility for their actions. Beautiful people. Well, there's unity, there's strength. You've got to unify and you got to be strong together. Beautiful people. You have got to be strong together for one another, beautiful people. You got to make sacrifices. It's a sacrifice. Being in a healthy relationship is a sacrifice. Beautiful people. If you beautiful people, and I think I've stated this before, and I'm going to say it again. Beautiful people, if we would be honest with ourselves, we think that going to the gym and getting a few curves wrapped around our waists and we sticking out in the front and in the back, we think that that's what defines a healthy relationship. And we think now all of a sudden we're so beautiful, we're too good for anyone else to say anything to us, let alone to say something complimentary to try to get to know you. Oh, you're just too fine, and you throw your neck in the air and keep going. And now you're praying in a circle for a blessing that you just manipulated, and you know, you just threw it away. Because you have already determined in your mind and in your life, in your mind and in your psyche, in your mentality for thinking, you have what you think of what you consider to be the perfect relationship prepared for your life, already worked out in your mind. And in your mind and in your psyche and in your mentality, if that person is flirting with you, don't meet that mandate or that description, they're not the one. There you go. You just forsook it. You just cast it aside. You just casted it away. And later you wonder what's wrong with you. Why nobody want to talk to you. You're all over the social media and the date sites talking about, what's wrong with me. But the very person that gave you an opportunity, because you look on the inside at the beauty of their soul, which makes them whole, but you looked at their flesh. Beautiful people, which is temporary and is nothing but a mess. And never got to know anything about the real true being of that person. They had a beautiful mind, they had a beautiful soul, but because they was too short or they were too tall, or was considered what you consider to be ugly. But what's ugly is your attitude and your mentality for which way we think. That's what's ugly. We have been taught to think that the appearance of a person is what's ugly. That's not what's ugly. What's ugly is your attitude and the way you govern yourself and carry yourself, beautiful people. That's what's ugly. Beautiful people, if we took, hypothetically speaking and metaphorically speaking, beautiful people, if we took our minds and our beautiful eternal souls, if we exercised our minds and our beautiful eternal soul, which some of us never have gotten to know or experience what that's like, because we exist purely on the existence of this temporary flesh, full of corruption, and it don't last long at all. But that beautiful eternal soul, which people, that part of themselves or their lives, do they rarely get a chance to get to know. Only with the exception of the only time that it comes up is when they want a soulmate. Oh, now we want to talk about the soul, huh? When you want a soulmate. That is not what defines who your beautiful self is and are. It's when you want a soulmate, okay? The beautiful eternal soul and its pure, beautiful existence goes deeper than just wanting a soulmate. It's definitive in your being. But you lack in seeing, beautiful people, because that's how you live, based on this temporary flesh. It's on what you see. But it goes far beyond what you see, and it's deeper than what you see. Because if you have the wherewithal to talk about a soulmate, you know it goes deeper than, based on that time of convenience, it goes deeper than that, than what you're saying. Beautiful people. It's deeper than, beautiful people, just an appearance. That's why it don't last long. 3-6 months. Beautiful people. I'll even go as far as a year, but I'll stay with 6 months, 3 to 6 months, maybe even a year. It don't last. Beautiful people, because it's all flesh. It's all based on temporary flesh. What have you done for me lately? What can you do for me lately? What can you do for me now? What do you have that I don't have already? It's not the mentality, beautiful people. And then you forsake that person. You cast them aside and you throw them away, thinking that the grass is greener and then you dove into a worse state than what you were in. You left a good situation to jump right into the fires of a bad situation. Lost out on the golden opportunity because it was based on what they have or what they didn't have. Beautiful people. We live life backwards in our thinking. It's for better or for worse, for richer or for poor, for sickness and in health, beautiful people. We've got to take care of one another, beautiful people, always. Always take care of one another. You compliment one another. You're working, making money. They're at home taking care of the house and loving you like you've never been loved before. But society, in its backwards way of thinking and listening to other voices and other people who wish they had what you had, don't have what you have, and long for what you have, talk you out of it. They ain't got it. They don't want you to have it. Now they talked your beautiful self out of it. Now you're saying and thinking, why did I let them do that to me? You beautiful people. And now you wounded that person. Beautiful people. And now that person is trying to be in a healthy relationship, and chances are they may or may not, because they're still trying to overcome, still trying to figure out what did they do wrong, what was so wrong about who they were, with what they did, with what you said that you long for, that you wanted, that you need, and don't even know or have the decency to, beautiful people, to do what it takes to receive that love. It's not going to come the way you think that it should be. It doesn't work that way. Beautiful people, it does not work that way. You can't learn anything from that way. You won't grow, develop, and mature that way, with it being your way, in the way you think it should be. That's a comfort state. That's a comfort zone. Comfort zones are your own. You have to step out into the atmosphere of never been exposed to, never been experienced, had an experience with. Open-minded, submissive, and ready to learn from this experience that you've never had before. Beautiful people. Because you've never been in a healthy, successful relationship before. That's why your beautiful self is on a date site. Those beautiful people who come from the ancient of days, who've been married for all of those years that I spoke of earlier. Beautiful people. They didn't know from the beginning, or from the get-go, from the start. They didn't know. To the finish. They were available, ready to find out. So it would show. And now you know, because look at all the expenditure of all the years that they've been together. Beautiful people. Now they know each other through and through. That's how it has to start off with you. So that you can come to know each other, ultimately. Through and through. But that's not going to happen overnight. And just because they don't have the career, the job that you have, or the money that you have, does not say that they're not a beautiful person or a great person. Those things don't define who you are, and they're beautiful people. They don't make you a great person. Beautiful people. Your education and your accomplishments does not make you a great person. Or else if they did, you wouldn't be ugly inside. Where it matters most. Beautiful people. You think what matters most is how you are how you are defined, or how you are made up to think, to be like the Joneses on the outside. Y'all laughing and talking and faking and pretending, and lying to one another. Beautiful people. And are miserable and unhappy, surrounded by a wet bar or some sort of medication, That's a good indication that all those things and all those so-called accomplishments are betraying you, because you're not for where it matters most from the inside. In the depths of your beautiful soul, you're not where you want to be in life. Beautiful people, it's freely given and it's freely received, beautiful people. Hello, how you doing? It's freely given, beautiful people, and it's freely received. That's the beauty, the reciprocating process of love, kind words, and smiles. Best gift you'll ever have and best gift you'll ever receive, beautiful people. But you, beautiful people, you put up all these walls to indicate that you're protecting yourself, beautiful people, from being hurt again, or from letting anything or anyone in that does not fit into that mentality, that mindset, that fantasy, that imagination of what you have already preempted for what the makeshift is for a healthy and successful relationship, beautiful people. But what you really have done is boxed yourself in. And you're preventing the things in life that you long for and that you need most to come in. You're blocking it out from coming in. And that's a hard wall or walls to tear down or to break through to get to know someone. Beautiful people, you have to want that to happen, and you have to make yourself available for that to happen. You got to position yourself for that to happen. You've got to adorn yourself modestly. What you see is what you get, beautiful people. I've stated before and I stated it again, men are hunters. Beautiful people, you have to adorn yourself in the beauty of conservativeship. What worked back then, beautiful people, it still work now. But a lot of this stuff you all are doing now and think that it works, that's why your beautiful selves, beautiful people are on date sites and still on them. Beautiful people, or keep going through from meeting a person to meeting a person. You keep meeting all these different people over and over again because you're looking for different results doing the exact same thing. Beautiful people, it's not going to work that way, okay? That's not how it happens. Beautiful people, those beautiful people in ancient of days were successful, beautiful people, because they adorned themselves in conservativeship. They were humble, they were submissive, beautiful people. They were patient. They were long-suffering. They weren't condescending or offensive, use offensive words, or were offensive with their mouth, or harmed someone or that person that was trying to get to know them with their mouth. But they seasoned their words with grace and humility, kind and compassionate words. Beautiful people. This is how it's going to have to work, beautiful people. If you don't believe me, check the date sites. There are millions and millions of people on there looking for love, but not allowing love because of their existence and how they live to find them. Beautiful people, if you humble yourself and if you adorn yourself modestly, season your words with grace, and not just do it just for that time in which you invite or allow someone to come into your life, and then you just go back to being that person again, doing those same old things again. Beautiful people, the same thing it took, beautiful people, when you drew them in, it's going to take the same thing to keep them. Beautiful people. But you all draw them with deception and deceitfulness, and once they come into your lives, beautiful people, you go back with all of those idiocracies, beautiful people, and all that corrupt stuff and that corrupt way of living and thinking. That's not man-like or ladylike. And then once that starts coming out, they gone. Because They are experiencing two different voices coming from you. Okay? The words of your mouth and the voice of your actions, okay? Cannot be an attraction, all right? The words of your mouth and the voice of your actions is a misfit. The words of your mouth and the voice of your actions are not an attraction. No, beautiful people. They are not. Beautiful people. Let's do a better job, beautiful people, of protecting each other, taking care of one another. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, and you don't know how it's done, go find an elderly person, some elderly aged people who have been together for 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. They'll tell you, if you sit down and take 2 or 3 hours out of your so not so busy schedule that you profess that is and is not, and sit down and learn something, they'll teach you. But they're not going to chase you down. They already know. Theirs have already been successful. Beautiful people. And if you don't know, beautiful people, practice. Practice change. Practice talking, saying nice things to yourself in the mirror. Practice telling yourself, I'm not going to be that person anymore because I want what I want and I would like to have what I would like to have in my life. So I'm willing to make the necessary sacrifices to tear down these walls and let that man or that woman come in my life and love me and treat me right respectfully, and think that I can control them or be in control. Because what I'm really trying to control, if the truth be told and quiet as is kept, I'm trying to control in increments the flow. So I won't get hurt again as we go. Stop sabotaging what is not going to happen, or stop sabotaging it before it happens. You sabotaged it before it even got started. And it had already stopped at that point. Beautiful people, because you deleted it. Every time you think you're in control, you are deleting from start. Before we even got to the point where get to know or got to know. You sabotaged it. Beautiful people. Stop sabotaging it, beautiful people. Give yourself a chance to get to know yourself and to do different things to get better results so that your beautiful self can be happy. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be in love. You deserve to be in a good, healthy relationship. You deserve to be known or called a good friend, a healthy friend, a true friend. You deserve to be called a good child, or a good son, or a good father, or a good mother, or a good parent. But exist, beautiful people, and that relativeness exists in that reality. To all you beautiful people out there in the world to whom I speak, beautiful people, I talk to you the way that I do because I love you and I care about how you think and how you feel. And that's real. If nobody told you they love you today, I love you, beautiful people. Now love yourself and love someone else and treat someone else right with the respect that they deserve, beautiful people. And you deserve as well, beautiful people. Where there's unity, there's strength. A house divided against itself cannot stand. Bring the house together in one place. Bring the minds together in one place, beautiful people. It will leave a sweet taste and a positive trace in your life, in your soul, in your mind, and on your face. To all you beautiful people out there in the world, come smile with me. Frank Anderson, kind words and a smile on YouTube. Have a smiling day. And hit that subscribe button, beautiful people.